Now, you know, on May 19th, that's going to be our big moment. We're going to vote against Prop 1A. We're voting no! No!
This is the last hour until 6 o'clock. As you're driving home, you will hear the highlights from the first 3 hours repeated between 6 and 7. So you can relive it on the drive home.
Because you are a big part of this. In this hour, a lot of what we're going to do is talk to you and how angry you are over these taxes. And we're going to get as many as we can up here to destroy more Arnold movies and more action figures.
All right, we got a special guest here. So come forward. This man is Colin Gomes. Colin's 24 years old. He came up to us when we were at the Ayers Hotel in December raising money for the Salvation Army. And he said, you know, I'm a big fan of your show and I've started a Facebook page. There's only about 75 people on the Facebook page. There is now, as of this morning, nearly 6,000 people. Start your own page. It takes just a few minutes. If you're on the internet, you can do it. It costs nothing, and then you can be part of John and Ken Nation. All right. There are people constantly discussing online everything that we talk about on the show. They are organizing into groups to recall Schwarzenegger, to recall Jeff Miller, to recall everything else, to repeal the taxes, to recall all the bad stuff.
All of them!
You can meet thousands of people just like you online who listen to the show and are active about listening, who want to actually do something. So let's talk to Colin for a second. Colin, thank you for setting it up. All right, when did you start the page?
Back in about April of last year.
So from April to December, it was 75 people.
Yeah, I didn't really do much with it then.
And then once we started talking about it on the air, now we got almost 6,000.
Yeah, it's picked up steam really fast.
Yay!
Now, one of the things you're doing is you're organizing a Recall Arnold group.
That's right, Taxpayers United to recall Governor Fullerton.
So what's going on? What should people look for? What should people do when they get to our Facebook site?
We have a website, totalrecall2009.com.
Yeah!
Easy to remember, right?
Totalrecall2009.com.
So that is basically where we are organizing everything. We also have a Facebook group called Recall Governor Schwarzenegger. And we actually organized a nonprofit already. We filed our paperwork for that, and we're getting things moving. This is just the beginning. We are taking cash and check donations. We're not set up yet to take credit card, but also you can sign a pledge card if you want to give, but we don't have the money right now. So we have a table in the back. It's the only one that's not under a tent.
We didn't give you a tent, did we?
It's a nice day.
All right, so you got that. You go to Facebook.com. If you're already on Facebook, find the John and Ken fan page. There's several pages, but the big one has nearly 6,000 people on it. And then once you get on the John and Ken fan page, look for all these various recall groups, including TotalRecall2009.com, another website that you can go to, and you can start organizing and participating in the recall of the Terminator.
Yeah, because the media likes to say guys your age don't care. They don't care about things like taxes because they don't have a family yet. I know you care. That's the point he's trying to make with his Facebook page. He's organizing people who care.
In fact, back when we were at about 4,000 people, it was just, I think, 2 weeks ago, he did a little, there's some way to determine the ages of the people on our webpage. 77% of the people were under the age of 45. We have all the generations behind this recall, repeal, revolt effort. Colin, thank you very much. We'll be talking again.
Yeah. Colin Gomes, Facebook. You can find the link on our website, too, at KFIAM640.com, the John and Ken page. Don't forget, right over here, they're busy. If you want to look later or you're listening right now at home or wherever you are, you want to go to the website, KFIAM640.com, because they're blogging away. They're posting up a lot of video from this revolt, so you can keep track of it that way and check on it time and time again.
Yeah, and we hear that Michelle Malkin, the columnist on her website, michellemalkin.com, is spreading the word around the nation. I want to read something that was on the Facebook page this morning. Someone named Mark Patton wrote this, and he says it seems that the Republicans are scared of Tax Revolt 2009, and they're fighting back with dirty tricks. Because he's the Tax Revolt 2009 attorney, Mark Patton. He's under cyber attack by apparent party operatives. On the eve of today's Tax Revolt rally, Patton's business email account was deluged with several thousand hostile spam emails and a cowardly attack under the cover of the Republican assemblymen and state senators and all the Republicans in Sacramento are angry and terrified. Angry with you people and terrified with you people.
Yes! Good! Good!
We know that some Republican politicians were trying to block our gathering here today.
Who?
Because apparently these Republican politicians don't want to hear back from the voters that they betrayed.
Who were they? Names!
Off with their heads!
Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Off with their heads!
Now, we're going to take just a moment here. Are you ready for details and nuance?
Yes!
Do you have your crayons ready? Yes! All right, all you drooling, slack-jawed chuckleheads. We are #1 in the nation for the sales tax. Sales tax rate in the nation. Highest income tax rate in the nation. Do you know when the 9.3% income tax rate kicks in? For a single person, $47,000.
That's it. And that is close to the highest tax rate.
Are you wealthy at $47,000?
No!
There is no other state in the nation with a tax rate that high at an income level that low.
No!
Highest sales tax rate in the nation, highest income tax rate in the nation, highest gas tax in the nation, highest business tax in the rest.
You know what's interesting? Some of the columnists will like to tell you that we're not so overtaxed in California. The statistic we have from the Tax Foundation, so California is the 6th most taxed state of the nation. We're probably going to rise even further or higher up after this tax increase. But you know what? The only thing that keeps us probably from being 1 or 2 is Prop 13 in 1978.
Thank
And
God!
that huge tax revolt that has kept property taxes. You can't imagine how high they would be right now if it wasn't for Prop 13. And of course they bitch in Sacramento about Prop 13.
And by the way,
this revolt has to be as big, if not bigger than that one.
Yay!
even with Prop 13, we're only paying average in property tax.
Yeah, really?
We're average with Prop 13. Can you imagine what we'd be paying without Prop 13? Prop 13 passed in 1978 with 65% of the vote. And these asinine politicians and these asinine media writers have been complaining for 31 years.
They want that money back.
Well,
They
we're
aren't
have
gonna
a
get it.
sequel. Arnold had his movie sequels. We're going to have our sequel.
How many of you in the crowd today, you yell out, have left California? I know some of you came here today to be a part of this. Some people have left the state.
We lost 1.5 million people in the last 10 years. 1.5 million taxpayers.
Taxpayers, citizens. The state has been filling up with illegal aliens.
Check them out!
How much we spend on illegal aliens a year? $13 billion.
Oh, but no, this is the politics of hate. That's all they do is hate monger. We're just telling you where the money goes.
Let's see.
That's all.
They raise taxes by $12.5 billion a year, and the illegals cost $13 billion a year. We also have to do something, and this is why California ought to go bankrupt. The union contracts have to be busted up.
Bust them up! Bust them up! Bust them up!
Working for government employees.
That's what a lot of you are doing now. You're just working to pay the government employees
Bust
and the
them
illegal
up!
aliens. Someone has to stop that, and this is where it starts.
When California goes into bankruptcy, a judge will take over the state's